Welcome. I'm Alex Gomez, the Media Design Consultant on the CCI staff. My primary job is to help faculty with projects such as producing videos, but today I'm on the other side of the camera talking about presentations. There are an amazing number of things to consider when talking about giving an effective presentation. As part of my preparation, I've read educational journals, watched videos, and participated in webinars. I've condensed all the research into 3 specific factors that will help you create powerful presentations. Since everything sounds better with a catchy name, I'm calling these presentation principles the 3 Ps. Can anyone tell me what the first of the 3 Ps is? Planning. When you are preparing a presentation, there's a process you need to go through in order to ensure you are covering all the necessary points. We all plan in different ways, but consider the following process. First, brainstorm. Resist the temptation to go directly to PowerPoint and start creating slides. Instead, take out an actual pencil and paper and write down some ideas. Draw sketches and diagrams. Take notes on journal articles and books. Basically, get down as much as possible. Don't worry about organizing your ideas and don't restrict yourself. Just let your creativity flow. Create an outline. On your computer, organize your ideas into an outline. Review the outline and see if you've missed any key elements. Then, start to fill out some of the outline points. As you do this, it may give you further ideas for your presentation. A quick warning, avoid the grocery shopping list approach to creating your outline. After a long day, you realize you need to go shopping. You race through and create a list. Some parts are organized, eggs, milk, butter, but other parts have pickles next to batteries and toothpaste next to tofu. This can be avoided through reflection. Take a step back, look at all the information and come up with a strategy and approach to presenting the material. How do you want to reveal the information to your audience? Will delivering the presentation as a story help your audience better understand the content? Can you set up the content as a problem with a solution? If nothing else, make sure to order your talking points into logical groups. Then create a script. For each point on your outline, write out exactly what you're going to say. Even if you have complete mastery over the topic you're presenting on, don't skip this step. A script has many advantages. It helps with timing, making sure your presentation isn't too long or short. It can be used in PowerPoint as presenter notes or as a text for handout materials. Having a script allows you to practice delivering your presentation in a consistent way. And if you decide to video record your presentation, you already have the closed captioning text. Next, gather all your resources. Gather all the music, images, videos, books, and journal articles you might need before you start creating slides. Some resources like videos are relatively easy to access through YouTube. For resources like images and music, look for online sites that offer Creative Commons licensing. Please always remember to follow copyright policies when using resources. Now it's time to create your PowerPoint slides. This is the last step in the planning process. Obviously, whether you're using PowerPoint, Keynote, Prezi, or any other presentation software, you need to know how to use it. Search for basic or essential videos online to learn the basics of any program. If you need additional help, please contact the CCI. We would be happy to work with you. Let's take a moment to review the first principle, planning. Brainstorm. Resist the urge to immediately create slides and instead grab a piece of paper and write down your ideas. Don't worry about organizing. Don't restrict yourself. Just let your creativity flow. Outline. Organize your ideas on a computer. Review your outline and identify any missing elements. Develop your outline points. See if this inspires any new ideas. Reflection. Avoid grocery list outlines. Take a step back. Come up with a presentation strategy or approach. Modify your outline. Script. Write out exactly what you're going to say. Don't skip this step. There are too many advantages. Resources. Gather your resources and be aware of copyright issues. Create your presentation. View basic videos to learn presentation software. Contact the CCI for further assistance. Can anyone tell me what's happening in this picture? Principle 2 of the 3 Ps is practice. Whether you're an experienced presenter in the classroom or in the conference room, you need to practice. Even if you are a naturally gifted presenter, practice turns a good presentation into a captivating one. Practice builds confidence, muscle memory, and ensures the timing of your presentation is on target. Practice in front of a colleague or friend to get valuable feedback. Try breaking up your practice into multiple, short 10-minute sessions. You can practice while walking to your car at the end of the day. For those of you still not convinced, in P3 we're going to discuss techniques you may have never used. Incorporating these powerful methods into your presentation will require you to practice. By practicing, you will become a better presenter and you will be sure to knock your presentation out of the park. P1 and P2 are fairly obvious concepts. In order to deliver a powerful presentation, you need to put in the time to plan the presentation and you need to practice it. What is the last P of the 3 Ps? Perception is a good guess. Actually, it's focus. Focus is the most important principle of the 3 Ps. Now you may be a little confused. You're saying to yourself, focus starts with an F. I want you to link the concept of confusion with focus. I propose to you that the current research on how to best use PowerPoint slides effectively has a lot to do with eliminating confusion. As I continue, I'll explain how focus eliminates confusion. Dr. Richard Mayer, professor of psychology at UC Santa Barbara, has written extensively on the concept of cognitive overload. If we get information delivered to us in certain ways, we get overloaded, we get confused. Imagine you're at a party. Conversation and music fill the room. You spot 2 familiar faces, so you go over and say hello. Immediately, both friends start talking, each telling you a story about their terrible day, each story having nothing to do with the other, each storyteller talking over the other. Are you going to have a clue as to what was said by either friend? No. So, when information is presented in certain ways, we go into cognitive overload, and it is much harder to remember and understand presented information. Turns out, reading slide text or talking over text creates cognitive overload. The brain has to work much harder to listen to you while viewing text. The most detrimental implementation of this practice is reveal and read. You reveal a paragraph of text, and then you read it. You reveal another paragraph of text, and then you read it. If you have a slide with multiple bulleted paragraphs, further confusion happens. We read faster than talk, so while you're discussing topic 1, your audience might be reading topic 4. This disconnection creates confusion. Interestingly enough, you don't have cognitive overload issues when talking over images. We remember pictures, especially color pictures, with an emotional component better than text. When selecting pictures, use conceptually straightforward images to emphasize your topic rather than complicated ones. If there's important text you want to share, like a quote, display the quote, give the audience plenty of time to read it, don't read it to them. Use a blank slide as a visual cue. Nothing on the screen equals focus on me, the presenter. Remember, talking over text creates confusion. I've chosen focus as the main principle of the 3 Ps because keeping and maintaining focus is the key to creating powerful presentations. When you maintain focus, you help avoid confusion. Let's discuss the nuts and bolts of designing a presentation using the concept of focus. You want to keep your audience's focus on the topic you're talking about. You want them to be exactly with you. This means it's best to have one topic on the screen at a time. If there are multiple ideas represented on the screen, while you're talking about topic 1, your audience could be focusing on topic 4. This is especially true when using graphs, charts, and tables. In order to avoid confusion, you must simplify them and try to present ideas one at a time. Although serif fonts are better for reading books, research says that sans serif fonts are best for presentations. These fonts use clean lines you can see from afar. Research also suggests that using simple dark backgrounds is best. They allow your eyes to relax and are far less distracting than visually interesting backgrounds that can draw your focus. Match your dark background to a contrasting font color. However, avoid color combinations that may be challenging for people with color blindness to see. Throughout this presentation, I've avoided cognitive overload issues by using very little text. But in most presentations, you're going to have text. How much should you have? First, think of text as objects. If you're communicating an idea, let's say consisting of 1 to 3 words, you can consider it one object. What's the maximum number of objects you can have on a slide? According to research, your brain can process up to 6 objects before it's required to spend an increasing amount of energy to focus. The more energy required, the more likely it is to zone out completely. 6 objects is the maximum, but it's better to reveal one at a time. Remember, for text, don't read it. Pause for a second, then discuss the text object. For example, let's quickly review the nuts and bolts of designing a presentation using focus. The best way to ensure focus is to limit each slide to a single topic. Use sans serif fonts. They're easier to see from afar. Dark, simple backgrounds are best. Use a contrasting font color that can be seen by everyone. The magic number is 6, no more than 6 objects per slide. I have one more design point, but instead of adding it to the previous slide, which already has 6 objects, I've created a new slide. Since you should always try to limit text, the text size can and should be big. What size font do you think I'm using here? 50 point, 66, 72? It's 66. And the reason I'm asking is to demonstrate the next design concept. Asking your audience to interact with your slides helps create focus. Ask them to look at a slide, make some kind of evaluation, and then respond. When you do this, you are managing their focus. They're not just sitting there passively hearing you lecture. They are regularly being asked, even if only in small ways, to interact with you and with your slides. And while you have eye-to-eye focus with your audience, you keep both a visual and emotional connection with them. So, when presenting, avoid standing behind the podium in the dark. This turns the focus of your presentation from you to the slides. Why does this matter? The final and most important truth about creating focus is this: you are the show. You create the most focus and best opportunity for understanding when you keep your audience's eyes on you. When you keep and manage their focus, you create powerful presentations. You create light bulb moments, moments of understanding when you help them put the pieces together in their mind, and you can see it in their eyes. Please remember that PowerPoint is not the presentation. You are the presentation. PowerPoint is just a tool, a visual aid. You are the show. In conclusion, I hope you will consider using the 3 Ps the next time you create a presentation. And just so that I know you remember them, the first of the 3 is planning, followed by practice, and the most important one is focus. Thank you for watching this CCI presentation.